I'm a fool for Christ. A lot of us can attest that when we didn't know better, when we didn't know Christ, when we didn't understand salvation, that we were fools. When we were club hopping, hoe hopping, shot drinking, dope smoking, that we were fools. As all of us, we look back over our life before Christ, we found out that we were straight fools. We understand that when we say that we were fools, it means that in our own mind, we were having good times and that it was good for us, and we thought that it was good to us. But then all of a sudden, we begin to grow up, not just in age, but grow up in spirit, to whereas we didn't want to be a fool in that wise any longer. I say this because even with some of us, some of you are older, some of you are younger, and I think that there are still some fools out there. There are some young fools, there are some middle-aged fools, and there are some old fools. Because I'm beginning to understand that in my walk with God, there's no way that I can walk in darkness and be a fool in darkness and walk in light and to be a fool in the light. I have to choose a side on which one I'm going to be a fool for. And I think that as in this era that we have people that will be a fool for church, but not be a fool for Christ. In other words, they make church about religion, and they make church about formalities, and make church about performance. But when you are a fool for Christ, that you understand that I don't need church to solidify me. I don't need a position or a title or a ministry to solidify me. That when I am a fool for Christ, it means that I am a partaker of the gospel of Christ, that I believe that Christ had a message at the cross that surpassed human wisdom that I don't have to understand, because most philosophers will put you in a place that they want to make human reasoning and they want to bring God down to their mentality and into their reasoning. But how many folk know even God said that my thoughts are not your thoughts? In other words, God says, even as smart as you are, you can't outwit me. You can't outsmart me, because most of us think that the Creator ought to stoop to the level of the creature. And because of who God is, because we didn't make the Creator made us. And that when God thinks, God doesn't think in a box or a building. God thinks outside of the box, because everything that you see, and even tells us everything that was made for him, by him, which means even the alcoholic was made for him, by him, the drug addict, the homemonger, the lazy person, the liar, the backbiter, everything that was made for him, by him. Y'all got to catch that, which means even us, when we were out there foolish, we were still made for him, by him. In other words, he says, I already knew what you were going to have to go through before you change from your foolish way and you enter into being a fool for Christ. And as far as we have come, I still must say we got a long way to go. Yeah, because most of us, we are sellouts, but we hadn't sold out. I figured I wasn't going to get a lot of help. Because what Paul is dealing with now is the Corinthian church is at a place now where the Corinthian church is divided, and what they are divided about, some say that I'm of Paul, some say I'm of Apollo, some say I'm of Cephas, and some say I'm of Christ. And so the church is divided into churches within the church. And can I bless you real good? Because what the message is the message is it ain't about a person. In other words, the kingdom ain't about you. It's not about me. It's not about what ministry I'm over, or it's not about the preaching or the preacher or the teacher, but it is about Christ. And what I'm trying to get you to understand is, when this church was formed 116 years ago, it was formed on the message of the cross. In other words, a few believers got together and they said, you know what? We've been fools long enough, and if we have really come out of darkness and we're walking into the marvelous light, then if I was a fool out there, I ought to be a fool in here. And the sad part of it is, this is what Paul said. If you do the history of it, Paul said that they were more in love with the messenger and not the message. And can I bless you, a lot of the churches will get hooked up on the messenger and miss the message. Yeah, that they'll put pastors and preachers on pedestals. Can I tell you something? The only one that's high lifted up that I know is Christ. So if you're going to be crazy about anybody, be crazy about Christ.